Hi, this is Dorothy Smith. Today I'm going to show you the Seize the Day card making workshop. And this makes each of 4 designs. It comes with a stamp set and a thin cut set that the little blue critters have thin cuts. So it makes it real easy for cutting things out. The cutting instructions are pretty extensive. And I went ahead and cut everything out and sorted it into sandwich bags and numbered them so I can just kind of pull through things pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and I sorted everything in this little tray that I have that goes in those 12 by 12 iris boxes. So I can find everything pretty simply. We're going to use Smoothie, Mink, and Sapphire. Nice combination of colors. And I'm just going to do one of each design so you can see how easy it is to put together, how I stamped them, and they have some techniques, the rock and roll technique, which one of my favorite. You also get cards and envelopes, 16, and you also get a roll of ribbon that you can stamp on. So that's really cool when you see me do that. Why did I put that on there? Well, and then it was like, okay, it's not that bad. I'm going to rip it if I take it up. So I'm just going to put little banner endings on the 2 strips here. And those go next to each other. And then the little blue and white 1/2 inch strip is a zip strip. So they get cut 2, 3 inches, I think. And this also gets a banner cut. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball a center and cut up to where I think the center is. So, and then that little top is going to go up there. There we go. I'm going to put it down a little bit from the top of the page so you can see the Sapphire and Smoothie cardstock sticking out from the top. Now this gets a crab. So I think the phrase that goes with it is "what the crab." And that's going to go on top. So there's all these little funny sayings. It's seize the day, SEAS. I love it. And as I was doing these, I mean, we are in some seriously tough times right now. And I was thinking, I should send these cards to my family and just give them a little something to chuckle over, let them know I'm thinking of them. And so this is a 2nd generation stamp. So I'm going to, stamp it and put it on the scrap and then kind of roll the ends of the feet in the Smoothie to have them be darker. So I kind of decide, let me do that again. And of course, the enemy of good is better. So, just stick with what you're doing. But I go ahead and try. It doesn't make any difference. See, once again, that's how you do the rock and roll technique. And it's a great technique, for accenting some areas that you want. So the idea here is that you've taken ink off, and if you put a blank stamp on there that you could pull some more ink off, but it didn't work for me. So, there's nothing like a cute little red heart to stick out. So I'm not exactly sure how they did it. I did what I was supposed to do, but it didn't pull the ink off. Maybe, I don't know why. Anyway, oh well. I like the red heart anyway. Okay, so this is the ribbon that I was talking about that you can actually stamp onto. And on another card, I'll be stamping those little cute hearts onto this ribbon. It is such a cute technique. Oh my gosh. This is definitely fun to do, and it's not messy, and I love it. Wait till you see how cute it is. So I'm just using a glue dot to go on the back of the little ribbon and putting it up there. And then gonna put some Tombow on the back of the large banner and put it down. And I love that striped canvasy looking paper. So of course I've got to decorate everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a crab on the outside of the envelope because that's a precursor to what's coming inside. And another little, gonna stamp over that one because the ink didn't come all the way off. And because we have clear blocks and clear stamps, you can totally go over exactly where you need to fill in the ink. So, and I've gotten pretty good, as long as it isn't a super intricate, can't say that word, design. So I'm going to put a phrase, a little saying, I'm going to use one of the other sayings on the inside of the card. And long time no see. I mean, is that... So I have an uncle who's 95 was a Navy guy, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably going to have to send him this anchor because he would appreciate it. And I talked to my cousin today, and everybody's isolated in the assisted living, and so he's getting lonely, and my cousin hasn't been able to see him, so he did a 2-week quarantine on himself so he could go see his dad and know that he, did what he could to be safe with his dad. So I'm putting the background smoothie, and we're using the light side, and then I really love that stripe paper because it really looks like a cabana canvas. Anyway, yeah, we really wanted to use that. Probably on some of the other cards that I make after this, I will do that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna do it the way it says it in the instructions. But boy, I tell you, that's hard for me to do. So I'm inking up the anchor in sapphire. And I'm putting some little tiny foam dots to make it pop up from the background. And it goes on a little like 2x2 square or 1.5 by 1.5. And then that's going to go on the sapphire rectangle. And look at how nicely that just shows up. And so really, I mean, the netting is okay. The fishnet is okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do. I'll do what I'm not supposed to do later on. And I don't want to glue the sapphire background down yet because when I make this ribbon, then I want to be able to tuck behind the cardstock. So now look at this. So you do first generation, second generation, first generation, second generation. Look at how cute that is. Good grief. It's adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and do some more so that I can do a little, I think they call for a little knot. So you put the ribbon down and then you put a little knot type bow on top of it. Isn't that clever? That is just so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to glue the ribbon behind it with some Tombow and hold it in place. And then I'm going to make a little knot here so that the hearts show up. You want to have the little tails be facing up. And then trim the edges to a diagonal. And then it's going to go, how cute is that? It's cute. I know you're thinking it. Okay, so that's going to go on top of the ribbon. And see, this is going, I mean, I do have this speeded up, but really these cards were not bad to make. I mean, there was a lot of cutting, and what you want to do is while you're cutting is to organize and stick things in bags as you go. But before I stick the little thing on, I want to put the phrase, stamp the phrase on there so it doesn't get in the way. So it says long time no see. And then on the inside, what am I going to put? I think seize the day. There we go. Ta-da! It's really a cute card. See, and it's not so feminine. I think my uncle will like it. And I'm thinking of putting the shell on the back side. Yeah. With a heart. Little signature. And then, of course, the envelope. I could have gotten through this faster if I didn't do the envelope, but you know, I have to do the envelopes. And seize the day. Then it needs something red. There's my heart. Okay, how cute, right? It's cute. Okay, so next one, card number 3 has 3 of the die cuts, the thin cuts on it. And they actually went pretty quickly, the thin cuts, because you could put all of the critters, the whale and the scallop and the anchor and the crab, you could put them on and cut them all at one time. So that was a good thing. And I am just pulling out all the pieces that have to go on this particular one. So I need 3 of these little guys. And then put the rest back. So now this is pretty simple. So these are 1/2-inch strips and 1/4-inch strips. So it's going to get a 1/2-inch and a 1/4-inch. Very simple. And then it gets a background of the mint green. Let's see. Trying to find, where is the mint green? Is it? I'm pretty sure it's mint green. Anyway, I'm putting the 1/4-inch strip up at the top, and then the green is going to go light side up, but first I'm going to put the sentiment in mink. And it's kind of appropriate for right now. It says, everything whale be okay, I believe. Let me see. Everything whale be okay. That's what it says. So that's kind of appropriate for right now with all the craziness that's going on. My goodness. Hopefully, if you're watching me, I hope everything's okay with you and you're washing your hands and not touching your face and not getting out. You know, I've tried to do all the shopping several weeks ago to the point that my freezer has trouble closing. But I've been doing a whole lot of cooking at home. You know, we're not eating out because all the restaurants are closed. It's just unbelievable. I cannot believe that this is going on at this time. I feel bad for my son. My son is working at UPS and he's working very hard as if it's Christmas because Everybody's getting everything delivered right now, and they are an essential part of the infrastructure, and so there are no vacations, there is no taking off. You know, you have to go to work, period. So I'm worried about him, but my husband and I are trying to lay low and not go out unless we absolutely have to. And then use the hand sanitizer when we get back in the car. So this is all a very serious situation here. Oh boy, last time this happened was like 100 years ago. And it was scary then, and it's still scary now. So I'm putting the little dots on the anchor. And I think I messed up the stamping. It was supposed to be done in mink, but I think some of the blue came through the stamp, and I don't have my little scrubber right there to wash off, so I had to run it through the water in the bathroom. So I'm doing another one. That sapphire ink is very strong, so it's really stained. It stained the stamps with the first stamping. But you know, don't worry about that. I know we'd all like to keep our stamps clear, but that means we're not using them. So that doesn't mean anything. You wash them off, you get the ink off, everything's cool. So just remember, the more colored your stamps are, the more you use them, and that's a good thing. You want to have your stamps look like they're used. Because what's the point of keeping things in boxes and not using them? That's awfully expensive. So I'm doing a little bow and putting it down here. They want it underneath the phrase, but I got a little ink smudge on there, and I need to try to hide it. I might have to use an embellishment. I have some we just got these adorable, and I didn't show them. What a silly girl. But they're shells. They're scalloped shells in embellishment form. Just adorable. And I should have used them down there to hide where I put a little smudge of ink. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do my back and do the inside and finish off card number 3. I love that scallop shell. I think that's really pretty. Everything's getting a little inky around here. Yeah. If you don't have to rush and do these things, then you can take some more time and wash your hands off so you're not getting ink all over everything. So pardon me for getting a little messy here. Okay, so let's see. Did I do the envelope? No, I didn't do the envelope. Probably going to do a shell, right? Am I? No, I'm going to do the whale. That whale is really cute. I mean, I have to say he's cute. He's a happy whale that's sending love your way. Here we go. Okay, card number 4. Here we go for the last one. And this one has kind of a different feel to it completely. And this is like one of my favorite techniques, ripping paper. Who doesn't love to rip paper? And when you rip our cardstock towards you, then you can see the white core. If you rip it away from you, then you won't see the white core. So you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to rip it towards me. And see that nice white core sticking out? So that's just kind of looking like, you know, choppy water. So that's the big one put down there, and then we do this one. You have to flip it over because we're showing the light side You want to make sure that you're ripping on the right side of the paper. And then we're going to put that one in place. Going to move it up a tad so it's closer. The two ripped areas are closer to each other. And then cover up that area with the sapphire. I don't know why that's hard for me. That word's hard for me to remember. Anyway, there we go. And I'm just making, I couldn't find, I'm using a little of the wood look paper on there, and then a zip strip banner. And so I'm just making little banner flags out of all of these, and they're just going to be, kind of like pretend strung along the top there, and then there'll be a bow that goes up there, but there's no string or anything that goes up there, so they just kind of look like it's that way. So I disappeared. Oh, I know. I dropped that one, so I had to go find it on the floor. Actually, it ended up in the trash can. Okay, and here's the last one. And so that wood look paper goes perfectly with that whole thing, so I'm not worried about that. And then you get 2 shells, but I think I have to put the phrase on there first. And the phrase that's going on this card, the sentiment, is shell yeah. So Close to My Heart is getting a little feisty. They've never been feisty like that before. Not that they're saying anything, but I like it. Okay, this calls for feisty. This feisty times calls for feisty measures. So I'm going to take 2 of the, what do you call those, scallop shells, and I'm going to stamp them in mink. And then before I try stamping it on the back. It's not exactly symmetrical. Then I realize I need to stamp my sentiment on there. See, so it's pretty cute with the ripped paper. It looks like choppy seas. And there's my shell yeah. And I'm using my larger foam dots, which Close to My Heart carries the foam dots. They have all these different kinds of, look how cute that is. I mean, I have to say it's really cute. And then I put another phrase on the inside. Don't remember what it is. Can't read it. Went by it too fast. And a little mink shell on the back side. And then this one is going to get, hopefully, a shell. Hopefully that makes sense. Another shell. And maybe a little heart. Ta-da! That looks really cute. Well, there's my cards. And so I really, I don't know why I've been putting off making this card set, but I'm glad I did it because I really like them. I absolutely love doing that ribbon, stamping the ribbon. And the other thing I love, this is our new, what is it? Embossing folder. And it's perfect for these stamps. So it does the whole shell beach thing. And I love it. I can't wait to use it. Look at that. It's wonderful. How cute is that? And so, I'm just going to do something real quick and show you. I was going to sponge it, but it's not sponging very well. And then I was going to brush it, and it's not brushing well. And it's like, okay, I'm getting frustrated. Here I am. I'm just taking the ink pad and I'm going on there, buddy. There we go. Look at how that sticks out. Cute, right? So there we go. Me and my inky fingers are taking off. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.